There may be spoilers in this review, if you can really spoil something that is absolutely awful. The Predator 2018 is the worst Predator movie that has ever been made. I've been a fan of the Predator as an alien species since the first time I saw the original film. Whilst I do feel that the standards and quality of the films have gotten lower with each new movie that has been released, I had initially felt that the original sequel couldn't hold a candle to the original movie. However, as time has passed, and Predators and now the Predator 2018 films have been released, I do believe we have reached the lowest point in the Predator franchise. My biggest issue with this film is the lighting and the pacing of the film. The majority of the film takes place during the night. This made it fairly difficult to see some of the action that was going to be on screen. Some scenes felt like it didn't have enough lighting on set. This is a personal gripe, possibly just for me. I found it hard to see certain parts. In regards to the pacing of this film, it's all over the place. The film starts with the main character Quinn, a sniper in the Rangers, being called in to deal with a Mexican drug cartel hostage situation. I do have to give some credit to the costume design, however. The sniper ghillie suit was a very well put together outfit. It looked very, very accurate. Whilst Quinn the sniper is lining up his shot to deal with the Mexican hostage situation, a Predator ship comes crashing down into the forest where it disrupts the operation. The main character goes over to the crash site, finds the Predator helmet and wrist gauntlet. Whilst the main character is inspecting the crash site, the Predator attacks Quinn. However, Quinn, armed with the wrist gauntlet, manages to stun the Predator. It then cuts to the main character walking into a bar, and after getting into a confrontation with the bartender, he manages to convince the bartender to post the stolen alien weaponry to his home. It suddenly cuts away to a school in the US and introduces a new character, Quinn's son. In a few short seconds, you learn that the kid has autism. This is shoehorned into the plot for the sake of contrivances much later on. The kid comes home, receives the package in the mail, and can instantly understand all of the Predator's language and figures out almost instantly how all of the Predator's tech works. The scene changes again to a secret research lab that has the Predator sedated. There's some references to the previous film, with all the original designs to the first Predator movie. Somehow all of the Predator tech managed to survive despite the original Predator blowing himself up before he bled to death at the hands of Dutch, which is the whole point of the bomb in the Predator's wrist gauntlet, to prevent other species from getting their hands on Predator tech. Needless to say, the Predator wakes up, slaughters everybody in the room, which is one of the few genuinely good things about this movie, the gore. The gore is viscous, and viscera really does start to fly once the Predator gets screen time. People are liquidated, sliced, diced, exploded, slashed open in detail, and they're not afraid to show off the special effects in the gore department, so if all you care about is seeing a movie in which an alien tears into people for 1 hour and 40 minutes, and you don't care too much about a story or the reasons why any of the characters act the way they do, or the dumb designs, then maybe this movie is for you. The director himself didn't seem to be able to decide on the type of movie he was making. Was he making a sci-fi horror movie, or was he making a comedy? The movie shifts back and forth between the two, terrible humour and way too many references to the previous movies. Such as, hey guys, remember when Arnold Schwarzenegger said get to the chopper in the first film? Let's say it again. Or do you remember when Arnold asked what the fuck are you to the Predator as the Predator was bleeding to death? Let's reference that again too. The problem with putting winks and nudges to previous films in the current movie I'm watching just makes me wish that I was rewatching the original instead of this tripe. Eventually, we find out that the Predator was actually trying to be friendly by slaughtering everybody it saw to give something to the human race. It turns out that there is an even bigger and badder Predator coming. This is where the film lost me. I gave it a chance, I cringed during the humour, but that's par for the course with me. However, the twist of this film and basically ruining all past Predator lore of the Predator universe is that the Predators don't actually kill for fun and for trophies. They're doing it for a very specific reason. This reason is that they are actually harvesting their DNA from their kills to make a super Predator. If the Predator wiped out a Special Forces unit, then clearly their DNA is inferior to his, which, in that case, why would he want that DNA? I felt that the whole DNA idea was absolute nonsense and really shits on all the previous Predator lore. It's no longer about skill, kills, honour or entertainment, it's about making a supersized 10-foot Predator, dubbed the Ultimate Predator. In summary, things get killed, the autistic child is able to use Predator tech instantly, the film ruins previous Predator lore, and right at the end of the film it turns out that the first Predator was trying to deliver a pod to the humans. That contains something called the Predator Killer, and from the people I've spoken to about this film, all thought that it was going to be a xenomorph. Turns out it's just a Predator suit with Predator weaponry to stop the Ultimate Predator, which raises the question, why wouldn't the first Predator use the Predator killer suit to kill the Ultimate Predator as it was intended? I suggest you save your money or rent the original Predator on DVD.